and this is Mike Drop Sports. I appreciate y'all for coming through. As always, hit that like button for us here as we move through the show. What's up, Robert Road? What's up, Justin? Coming at you from Florida. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let's go black and gold, no doubt about it, guys. Welcome back, as always, though. Put your comments, questions, and concerns in the chat as we go through the show. Yeah, and it is a Tuesday. Sorry for no daily upload this morning. Was doing some other things, had to handle some business. But hey, we get through it as always, man. No doubt. What's up, TD? Yeah, let's go, baby. No doubt about it. Got myself my little brew here, 2 times caffeine. As always, though, guys, yeah, put your comments, questions, everything. Get yourselves those emojis, man. Get yourself a part of the Mic Drop Mafia. I want to talk a little bit about this schedule stuff that's coming out tomorrow. We're going to see what comes out with the Pittsburgh Steelers and their schedule and find out finally exactly where they will be playing for week 1 to open the season and how this thing all starts off for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Robert Road, the beer's flowing. There you go, baby. No doubt. Absolutely. Hit that like button. But I wanted to talk about that and just see exactly what we all think of where we would like the Pittsburgh Steelers to be here as you look at this season and how you would like them to get a start. A lot of people would like to say, hey, man, let's get those easy games out of the way. I like to start out challenging, man. I want to see what this team got. So I hope week 1 is another challenging matchup like you saw last season with the San Francisco 49ers. I think it's a real test, a real way to read the temperature gauge on exactly what this team's going to look like here as we move through the season and what they're working with right off the bat. And it gets the Steelers, in my opinion, a little bit of a true test to see what they're going to be able to do against like an effective defense, against an effective offense, and exactly how they're going to be able to handle those situations. It's going to give you a gauge on these rookies and what things are going to happen with them throughout the season and how they're going to be able to handle the pressure. You want to see that pressure cooking, kicking off right off the bat, man. And I just really, really hope that it's somebody. I hope it's a team that really just gives the Steelers a true test, man. And I think that that'll show us a lot, especially when you can probably bank on at least several rookies starting, in my eyes. You're going to see, I think, Troy Fautanu start. I think you're going to see Zach Frazier start. You're going to see a second-year Broderick Jones out there starting. We know that. A new quarterback. We're going to be able to see what Russell Wilson is just able to do or going to be able to do at age 36 when this season gets moving. You're going to see exactly how this offense is going to be able to be ran with Arthur Smith's scheme and exactly how he wants to play some football. I hope that he comes out mixing things up. It's just going to be really, really interesting to see. And there's going to be some, big headlines. What if the Steelers go and play the Denver Broncos, maybe in prime time there to open the week off? Russell Wilson just coming out of Denver, getting those big dollars from the Denver Broncos for the 2024 season, and what kind of storyline that would be. What about going down to Atlanta and playing the Atlanta Falcons? Um, with Arthur Smith just leaving there. Now the Steelers offensive coordinator, former head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. And you wonder what kind of pressure that's going to put on our team, man. Robert Road, the Steelers have a lot of great years when they have had the toughest schedule. Yes, they have. And that is a big thing that we all should look at that. The Steelers, when they've been counted out and been underdogs, and we really have to look at that, guys, a lot, because that's when I feel like Robert just said there, they've had some special years. And that is the truth. And when I look back through my time as a Steelers fan, watching the Steelers, watching this team develop, it always seems to be those years to where their backs against the wall, they're counted out early, nobody's picking them. That's when I feel like that Mike Tomlin plays his best football and coaches his best football. And I think that this team responds to that. And you look at last season and the year before when they dug themselves into a ditch. When did they play their best football then? Right then. They played when their backs were against the wall, when they had trouble, when they needed to, to find and dig deep and then find that intestinal fortitude. That's exactly when they did really, really well. And I get excited for that. And I think that's exactly what this team needs to start out the season with a tough stretch of games, man. And I know the NFL wants to put these matchups together to where they have the most intriguing storylines to really boost those ratings and sell these games, especially how you look at all these subscription services and shit like that. Gets to be crazy. But yeah, we're going to check this out and see exactly where we want the Steelers to go and what our hopes are for tomorrow when they release this schedule for the 2024 season. Miss Pittsburgh in the building. Let's go. Wave those towels. Pro, did you ever hear, or did you hear Goff re-sign 212? Yeah, we heard that yesterday. That's a lot of money, man. Jared Goff, though, did take a team last year in the Detroit Lions that I thought was right in the mix there in that AFC or NFC game against the 49ers, looking like they were really going to be able to maybe reach a Super Bowl. And I think that they really had some solid building blocks last year. And you look at that squad with Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, and the way they were able to really fight that whole year and look like one of the NFL's best teams, in my opinion. And I think that that's something that they want to continue. And you look at Jared Goff and you look how he's been to a Super Bowl with the Rams. Now he goes to Detroit, does stuff in Detroit that nobody's ever really been able to do for a very long time. And that is get Detroit in a position to possibly play in a Super Bowl. And I think that they were smart by keeping their squad intact and paying Jared Goff, but that's a lot of money. And I don't think a lot of fans realize, well, I do think we realize actually. I just think that it becomes hard sometimes when we're trying to look at them, a team, our team or your team signing different players. When you pay these guys these monster contracts, you're looking at 4 years, 200 million, 212 million, 170 million guaranteed. Those contracts become hard to stash away when you're trying to make room for, to sign other players. And if you're the Detroit Lions, this is a big deal, man. And they're going to end up down the road, having to be creative and building through the draft. And I think they have so far. So that's what happens when these teams get these big monster inflated deals with your quarterbacks and they just keep making more and more money, man. It hurts you. And that's where I think the Steelers are in a prime situation right now with this low pay in the quarterback room. And they've had it for a while. And you're starting to see this now for what? They've had it for a couple seasons. Really, really cheap quarterback room. And now you're starting to see, though, how the rest of the roster is starting to, prosper and really be able to grow. And they're able to add pieces that they may necessarily not been able to add in the past. You look at the addition of a guy like a Patrick Queen, even. The Steelers may not have been able to sign him when they had an inflated quarterback salary with Ben Roethlisberger. Why? Because they weren't able to do that when they already had contracts on the defensive side of the football in a TJ Watt, in a Minkah Fitzpatrick, in a Cameron Hayward. But the nice thing about the Steelers right now is that they could move still a lot of money around, and it's kind of crazy that they really, really could. And unless they're going to make a big deal for a wide receiver, I think that they should probably stand pat and allow these contracts to continue to play out. And the reason I say that is when you do these extensions, these restructures, as they like to say, these restructures to make money, appear for that next season, you're kicking the can down the road and you're going to need to pay the piper one day. You're going to have to pay that money. So I would rather see them let these contracts start to play out. Why? Because if they don't have to move the money around, they don't have to extend anybody, that frees up money that they don't even have to mess with in the next coming seasons. And I really like that to be the plan too. So if you have to shake around some money, get some extensions, cool. But if you don't have to, don't do it. Allow the contracts to play out, get them off your books the right way to where you're not owing no money later down the road. Justin Weimer, I just want to win by 1 or 20. A win's a win. I'll take any win. High hopes. Let's go. Yeah, guys, I don't give a shit how many they win by. I don't care. One's good enough for me. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, Sean's in the house. What's up, Sean? Jonathan Taylor. What's up, bro? I can't wait till football season starts. Me too, man. Taco Joe, he supports the Eagles. Steelers freak. Agents and players know what the owners are getting off the new TV contracts. The contracts will go up. Yeah, luckily you two, or we've seen too, the salary cap increase, so that helped. That $30 million helped. I know a lot of people were under the confusion of, oh, they raised it 30 million, the Steelers automatically got 30 million. No, that ain't how it works. I wish it worked like that. Yeah, it works like that kinda. But you have contracts, you have dead money, you have all this other shit that eats into it. So yeah, it's not just I get 30 million extra, but hey, it all helps, no doubt about it. The Eagles have white cornerbacks. Yeah, it don't matter about what color people are, man. I don't care about that. Taco Joe, don't bring that shit here, man. We don't do that kind of stuff. Robert Road, if Detroit kicks a field goal more, they would have been in the Super Bowl. Yeah, no doubt, Robert. I was thinking they look good. I called the Lions coach Tin Cup after the NFC Championship game. Hey, man, I thought that they had a great season, though. And they lived and died by that sword, man. They were aggressive all year, and they stayed aggressive, and I thought it was the right move. Justin Weimer, still hard to believe he's still got 70 million less than Brown quarterback. That's crazy. That's great for Goff. I'm not sure who you're talking about, which quarterback other than that. But yeah, it's a lot of money. What's up, Abe? Jonathan Taylor. Did Pittsburgh get Russell Wilson from Denver? Well, they got him kind of from Denver. He was there in Denver last. That's where he was last. But the Denver Broncos said, "Hey, man, we'll pay 38 million. Go sign with somebody else." And that's what happened. And the Steelers signed him for the vet minimum of 1.2 some million dollars, 2 something million. So yeah, TC, yo, Jay just got off. Do need to mention my comment, just letting you know I'm here. Oh, nice, man. Liking and sharing. Thank you, buddy. I just read them, so you're getting mentioned. I just read them up. Uh, Taylor from the Denver Broncos via Seattle. Beer Malls, as well, Steelers playoff bound. I would think that they have an excellent chance. I look at a team last year that went 5-1 in the division. And I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers now, and I think they've gotten better. Yes, there are still deficiencies, but every football team has deficiencies, guys. It's just not the Steelers. Championship caliber teams like the Chiefs dissect their roster, and you're going to see deficiencies also. It's how you become a team and overcome those deficiencies, which makes you a championship team or not. That's where the difference is. The difference lies in coaching. The difference lies in preparation. The difference lies in how motivated that team can be to become a solid unit, a unit that's together, all three phases of the team. And that's what matters the most. Watching my favorite Steelers show. Thank you, man. You may have covered it already, but how about Everett, quarterback from Baltimore? Thoughts? I covered it a little bit yesterday, but I got to say that I like the move. It adds a veteran presence into that room. I think it's still a guy that's young enough to do the job and still be able to play. 4 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens, selected in the 4th round of, I believe, the 2018 draft or something like that, somewhere around there. And then spent some time, I believe, if my memory serves me correct, with the Niners and the Detroit Lions, but has had some injuries. Went out to Vegas for a year, I believe, in 2022. But injury plagued the last couple seasons. But I do like the way Everett plays. I think he is deserving when he is healthy of a spot on a football team. And if that football team's the Steelers, I'm not disappointed. I think he can play some ball. Do Steeler fans still use Hines. I always will call it Hines. Acrisure, though, yeah, is the name, but I always refer to it as Hines. It's hard to break habits. It's not that I give a shit about the name. It's just it's hard to break habits. All right, guys, make sure you're smashing that like button for us here on Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. I'm Jason. This is the show, and I appreciate it, man. Smack the shit out of that like button, though. That helps us so very much. I'm gonna get a sip of my coffee here. Jonathan Taylor, I'm fans of Titans, Chiefs, Packers, Bears, and Steelers. Well, man, there you go. You got a lot of teams you root for, bro. That's cool. TC is a legit wide receiver one in a building. Is that the last missing piece? George Pickens is a wide receiver one in my eyes, TC. I believe that they have a wide out one. The last missing piece in that building is a 1A, is a number two, a legit guy. But you look at this wide receiver room, and I think you could still find maybe that guy that you're looking for with the players you have available to you right now. I think Roman Wilson was an absolute steal, and I think that he could definitely come out with a big year, man, and really shock people as a rookie and really do some big things. I think he has some adjustments that need to be made in his game to be able to be quick and good and a good separator in routes at the NFL level. I think he has some work to do, but that's everybody. But I think that there's going to be ample opportunity for Roman Wilson, to be able to really shine and step up and prove his worth. I think that he'll start out the season as a more number three type role, playing out of the slot a lot, but I think that he has excellent versatility to play inside out. I think that he has a good ability to run routes and get separation. I think he can be effective in the run game and add special layers there. I don't want to see jet sweeps all the time. I know Cal ran them a lot, Calvin Austin, but we'll see how this all goes. I think Roman Wilson is a top tier guy and will be moving forward. Now, will it be in 2024? Chances are no, but I have high hopes for him. Justin Weimer, Deshaun Watson, my bad. He got like 240. Yeah, they overpaid the shit out of Deshaun Watson. He is not what, guys. Deshaun Watson's deal was really bad. And if you're a Browns fan, you got to realize that too. The guy spends more time in a sweatsuit than he does anything. He's either in a sweatsuit or a courtroom. That's where he does his best work, in a sweatsuit or a courtroom. That's about all he can do. I think it was a piss poor deal. I think it was a monster reach when you had a guy like Baker Mayfield that was getting the job done. You were winning ball games, and Baker Mayfield goes down, to the Rams, to the Panthers, then catches on now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, gets a new contract because he played really well. I think it was a big heavy miss on the part of the Cleveland Browns, and I'm okay with it because it's inside the division of the AFC North. I'm cool with it. But Deshaun Watson loses. He's never beat the Steelers. It's just the way it is. Lamar Jackson, piss poor record against the Steelers. I'm not scared by the quarterbacks in the AFC North, and he was way overpaid. Jesse Zerk, repping Inwood, West Virginia. Can't wait for football this year. Well, welcome, Jesse. I'm in West Virginia also, up in Cheat Lake, West Virginia by Morgantown. So welcome to another Mountain State person. TC, I believe Everett came in with Minka from Bama. You might be right, TC. I'm not 1,000% sure of exactly what year, but I think it's a quality addition, man. Inwood sucks. I've never been to Inwood. Never once. Let's fight, Andrew. Oh, come on, dude. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. Not that, Abe. We're nice here. We're loving. Steelers freak. There isn't enough quality number one quarterbacks for all 32 teams, hence the QB price. Yeah, it's the way it's always been, man. It's the way it's always been. You pay for the quarterback. And when you do, you have this moment in time when you get a good quarterback, and especially if you're able to draft one, and that's usually how it comes about. When you are able to draft a young quarterback that is good, you get those 4 or 5 years, especially first-round guy. You have a fifth-year option on, but you get those 4 or 5 years of just real time to build and time to really stack quality players around that quarterback and go all in. And Steelers Freak is right, man. There's not enough quality quarterbacks. That's why you watched in the 2024 draft this year. How many teams reached for quarterbacks, guys? Those quarterbacks that were all taken there to top, there's only a couple that deserve to be up there. The rest of them, in my eyes, were reaches. Got teams that said to themselves, "Shit, we got to get one, man. We got to take them. We got to burn this pick." And I think it's a mistake. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. When you look at all 32 teams, there isn't enough quarterbacks to go around, and that's what you got to do to try to find one. Beer Malls, the Heinz Red Zone. I missed that ketchup bottle with turnover when the Steelers were in the red zone, bro. We shop at Aldi's now. No, it does still. They still have the Heinz Red Zone. That still does happen, Beer Malls. The Heinz Red Zone is still a thing. Isn't Everett still in his 20s? Yes, Tom. Yes, he's still a fairly young dude, man. TC, maybe Roman Wilson is that 1-8. I think so, man. We'll see. Robert Road, Roman Wilson is a freaking stud. He is way more than just a slot. I think so too, Robert. I got really high hopes for him. What's up, D? Abe, what's good? What's a good stock to buy? Shit, I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be doing YouTube, Abe. TC, come on, Yin, smash that like button. Help out Mike Drop Sports, reach more folks. Yes, guys, please do hit that like button for us. And I want to remind you all, next Wednesday, I will be joined by Noah Strackbine from All Steelers Talk. If you're familiar with that channel, they have like 30,000 subscribers, close to it anyway. So make sure you come on and check out with Noah, or check out Noah joining me here on next Wednesday's show. But don't fear, our boy Sean will be back. He'll be back Thursday. We're just sliding it around just to move around with people's schedules. So, some people can't come on certain days. So Sean was gracious enough to move his day. So we're all good. Sorry. Nah, he's just a slot. I think you're wrong, Andrew. What's up? What's up, Jay? Robert Road, PepsiCo, Jesse Zirk. Y'all like day games or night games better? I love going to the primetime games. Tried to go to one game a year. I got to say I like primetime games better. The only time I don't like primetime games are that late part, like when it's over at 11 or if it goes into overtime. That kind of bugs me. But if I'm going to a game, I prefer to go to a night game because I think there's nothing more special than that. The last game I went to was with my son, and it ended up being at night. And I got to say, I enjoyed that a lot more. I do have fond memories of day games, but I'm not a daytime drinker. I like to drink at night, so hey. But whenever it's just me and my son, I can't even drink, so I just got to kind of roll. We just enjoy the football. Beer Malls, folks, Pickens may not even be a number one receiver. That is what people are stating. I think they're wrong, Beer Malls. I think Pickens is a legit number one bona fide guy that could be a real stud superstar. You look at the way George Pickens has catch radius, that is absolutely insane. George Pickens has the ability to really attack the football, and that's probably his best quality, guys. When you think George Pickens is covered and you look at the ball being thrown to him, especially when Mason Rudolph really realized this late in the year, give George a chance. George will come up with it. And you have to be able to anticipate with George. To use George Pickens correctly, he's not going to look like he's open all the time. But you have to be able to anticipate and you have to be able to have trust in George. And that's how you utilize a talent like George Pickens. Give him opportunities. Do you force the ball to him? No, that gets you in trouble. But you have to take shots with him. You have to make the defense respect and cover him. And if they're not going to double him up, they're going to pay the price because George Pickens one-on-one is an absolute nightmare. He's a big, tall dude that has excellent catch radius, that's really, really super athletic, and he will smoke your ass if you do not watch. And you saw when he was finally utilized correctly late in the year with Mason, You saw what GP can do. GP can take over a football game and absolutely destroy another team. And he becomes such an issue that it really becomes hard for defenses to guess exactly what he's going to be doing. And I really like that. Hey, man, lay off Deshaun. Deshaun sucks, Abe. Deshaun Watson is horrible. First of all, he's a pervert. Second of all, he sucks. He sucks. Deshaun Watson, when he first came into the league with the Texans, absolutely amazing. I thought he played lights out. I thought that he just, didn't have the best of teams around him. But he was playing with a prime JJ, shit like that. It's like, dude, I don't know. Take advantage of those situations. Pickens ain't wide receiver one. Abe, you're getting on my shit list, bro. I'm just messing with you. I think he is, though. Jason, that is hilarious. Thanks. Deshaun Watson sucks so bad. He does, guys. Browns doing Browns things when they got Watson. Absolutely. Pickens will have 1,500 yards this season from Robert. I'm expecting that. Abe, Deshaun is the GOAT. Yeah, come on. Deshaun Watson, we don't do politics. Can't do that one. Jesse Zerk, hell yeah, cheat lake. Yes, sir. Abe, Deshaun is strange. Garbage, no doubt. Straight garbage. Thanks for letting me know. I wish I could like the comments here. Got some awesome people watching. Yeah, I always try to like the comments too. I don't know why I can't do that. I'm going to have to figure that out. I thought you could definitely do that. Pulled the trigger and joined the Mafia last night. Absolutely, TD. I love it. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Anybody that has just joined, I want to welcome you guys, though, as part of the Mic Drop Mafia. It's 99 cents a month. You get entered into giveaways. We just had one. Miss Pittsburgh hit that. She got that last prize. So the next one's going to be on June 14th, I believe. But we'll announce that again. But if you're a member of the Mic Drop Mafia for 99 cents, yeah, you get that. And then during the season, you get private shows. Like next season, I will announce this, and this is something that I've been working on. Next season, once a week, there will be a private live show, and that will only be for Mic Drop Mafia members. So that'll be something cool we'll do. And then we could be more free, talk all types of shit in there. So it'll be more fun. I don't got no Steelers goggles on. If anybody's is pretty fair, it's probably me. And I point out the deficiencies of this team. The Steelers goggles, I believe, is a real thing. And when you love a team and you're super passionate about that team, that happens, and it happens, and I'm cool with it, and I love Steelers Nation. That's how dedicated the fan base is to this team, and I love that, and it's okay to have those Steeler goggles. Beer Malls. I've got a dartboard in the garage. It's got Deshaun, Lamar, and Joe B's pictures on it. AFC North dartboard. That's sick. I love that, Beer Malls. I'm gonna come up and drink a beer in the garage and play. Tom Ford. I honestly think the Steelers have the future quarterback in the future in Justin Fields. Well, you read them reports yesterday, Tom. Do we all think those are true? That's the question. Or do we just think it's lip service from some of those people? And it was strange when it came out. D, QB shortage, Steelers getting rid of good quarterback to get an old quarterback. Yeah, there is a quarterback shortage. There is. But I still believe they should have entertained what they had, but they didn't. Especially somebody that proves to you. That's the thing. When you have proof in front of you and you have the ability to see this player all the time, I think it's really, really puzzling as to why you don't give that player a chance. And I hope that history doesn't repeat itself with the Steelers. And I hope they don't do that again, because I think that was a major blunder. Jeff Stipe, Goff is getting paid more than Mahomes. Mahomes, though, he is an ultimate team player, too. He knows his worth. He knows he's worth getting paid max money. But yet you see Patrick always adjusting his contract, and that is something you see some of the greats do, because they realize what, guys, you have to have a team around you, and if you can't make the moves to put a solid team around you, you're not going to be any good, and that fame and that money goes down. Because why? You're not winning ball games. But when you're winning ball games, just the salary from the team isn't all you should be looking for. When you're winning and you're winning championships, There's other deals that come along that make you way more money, that make you a lot more money. And you got to look at the big picture, the broader picture when these quarterbacks are getting paid. You got to win. All right, guys, make sure we're hitting that like button here as we are approaching 100 live viewers. As always, guys, make sure you're putting your comments, questions, and concerns in the chat. You should have known that, Beer Moms. I don't know what you're talking about. A, be nice. TC, hey Jay, you think Pitt extends Naj, or did they find a steal in this new undrafted free agent rookie running back, number 25? His name is Edwards. You're right there, TC. I don't know enough about Edwards to call him a steal just yet, or call him somebody that I would rely on. I think Najee Harris and the Pittsburgh Steelers are working on a deal. What that deal is, I don't know. And what that deal would be worth, I don't know. But I think if Najee Harris isn't extended, I don't see the Steelers just letting him walk away without getting something back from him. I don't see the Steelers just saying, yeah, man, go test free agency. I think they'll move him. If they don't make a long-term deal, it doesn't make sense to not trade him if somebody's interested in getting something back for your investment. You spent a first-round pick on Najee Harris. So whether we want the contract or he wants the contract or the Steelers, you still don't let him walk away without getting anything from him. That's not how you stay good. That's not how you build a roster. You always get a return on your investment. It's just like anything else in life when you're trying to make cents into dollars. Is this how you pay the bills? Me? No, bro. No. I wish, man. I do make money off of YouTube, but it's not very much, man. Not very much at all. But as we grow, I make a little bit more. Some months I make a little bit because we'll get super chats and stuff like that, which I'm very appreciative of. Yeah, not much. Not much. Maybe one day I'll pay the bills doing this. We'll see. I would love to see a collab with you and Pittsburgh Dad. Dude, if you can line that up, D, I've tried to message Pittsburgh Dad, actually. You guys wouldn't believe the people I've tried to get in contact with. But yeah, I would love to do that because I think it would be absolutely freaking insane to have Pittsburgh Dad on here live on Steel City Live with us on this show. That'd be so damn funny, man. So damn funny. Oh, I love his shit. What's crazy with Pittsburgh Dad, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this too, is, dude, I remember this shit being said and being what he's talking about being like my life back then when I was growing up. Like, hey, get in here, get out of the creek, get in here, the street lights are on. I remember all those crazy shits. I remember, hey, the wall phone, man. Beer Malls, yeah. This is what's crazy. Mahomes doesn't make the top 5 paid quarterbacks. Jeff Stipe. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't get off work until 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Well, we don't start until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights, usually with Sean. The only thing next Wednesday will be 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Thursday we'll start at 7:30. But yeah, you'll catch us. We start about 6:30, and we usually go for about an hour, and it's going to be really fun conversation with Noah. He seems like I've not really talked to him personally, except for direct messages. But I think it'll be a fun conversation because I think we're, two chill dudes. So I think it'll be a really cool conversation. I got to say, guys, when I had Merrill Hodge on, that was my first Steeler interview, and it was like I was super nervous, but I won't be like that with regular dudes, you know what I mean? Noah got a good following, but it should be a really fun conversation, and I think you guys will get a lot out of it, and we're going to entertain the chat from you guys, so that'll be a chance, because his channel, there's so many fans on there, so many live viewers watching, he can't get the answer a ton, so this will give you guys another opportunity to, if you watch his work, to come on and ask him a question. Steelers Freak, there's no metric or test that can predict how well a college quarterback will do in the NFL. 3 times faster, 3 times harder schemes, throwing windows 3 times smaller. Yeah, the test, guys, that IQ test bullshit they take before the Wonderlic or whatever is absolutely just I don't give a shit about that. What I want to see and what they need to do, and I think they do it, is bring these guys in. I loved when Gruden did the QB school shit to where they would come in and they would talk about scheme, they would talk about concept and really draw it out, watch tape, talk about it. And I really think that that's where you really get a feel for a quarterback. And then what do? You have to turn on the tape. And you have to consider a lot of factors when you turn on the tape. What school is this guy playing at? What kind of competition are they playing against? Does the competition increasing in superiority really affect how this guy plays? Or is he more the steady force and the rest of the team around him may not be that good to where, that's what's dragging the team down? But the quarterback play is still good. You got to look at those factors. And I really think the character, when you're looking for a guy that is going to lead your franchise for hopefully many, many, many years, I think character and football IQ and just the way you handle yourself in the media, the way you talk to your teammates, I think those are big, big, big points. And I don't think they're looked at enough. You look at a guy like Caleb Williams, watch his interviews. If you don't get weirded out by him or catch a vibe of like a real arrogant asshole, I'm not sure what you're looking at, because that's what I catch from him. I catch those vibes, and I really try to give that dude a fair shake. But I watched the interview he did on the Pivot with Ryan Clark, Channing Crowder, Freddie T. I watched that, and I watched how Ryan was trying to prompt him through that interview, Caleb. He was trying to like egg him on into certain answers at times through that interview. And if you really watch it solid, you can see that and hear that. But you see Caleb kind of just go off the rails. I just catch a weird vibe from him. And I'm not sure how that marriage works in Chicago. I predicted he is going to be one of the biggest busts we have ever seen inside of the NFL draft, next to names like Ryan Leaf. What's the other one? Somebody, Russell, what's his name? Jamarcus Russell. That's who I'm thinking about with the Raiders. Guys like that. That's the names I think Caleb Williams will be associated with years down the road. And you look at how, too, when you turn on his tape, look at him against superior competition. I just don't think it's there. I don't. I just don't think it's there. But those are the variables. TC, I got to say, I don't know if Pickens is a true number one yet. He really hasn't had a good quarterback one throwing him yet. Would have loved to seen him with Ben. His arm fell off big time. I'd love to seen him with a full year of Mason Rudolph. I got to say that. Paul Velez, but is Pickens going to turn into a diva? That's the risk, Paul, with all of them, man. That is the risk at that position. You hear all this bullshit. Sorry, guys, I'm behind in the chat, but I'll try to catch up as much as possible. But you hear all this bullshit, guys, and I'm sorry. It is bullshit when people sit here and will say, it's the position, it's the wide receiver spot, they're just divas. Nah, bullshit, dude. Get them off the team, dude. I don't give a shit. I'd rather have a room full of mediocre wide receivers that are all there to play ball and not be divas, because I know what? They're going to give me 1,000% every damn play. And that's what I'm looking for. You look into the Patriots when they had a ton of success. Yeah, they had Randy Moss, but name a couple other ones other than like Julian Edelman, Wes Welker. But there wasn't tons and tons of big name guys there. But they had a lot of guys that had high character, a lot of guys that worked really hard, and that translates into being good. Yes, there are guys like a Randy Moss that are just absolute freaks, but Randy was a good teammate too. You look at how he worked every day. He came to work, and he played hard. You look at some of these other players, though, and they're taking plays off. That's why I wasn't mad about Deontay Johnson leaving. The minute you give up on your team, I'm cool with letting you go. I mean, if the team wants to give you another chance, cool. But you can't give up. You saw George give up last year, too. And I didn't like that. But I did see a lot of growth from him late in the season. I'm not sure if that was just because his production was up, but he did have a game where he only had one touch after that. And you never seen him pout. You never seen him through a fit or nothing, which was refreshing and really gave me some high hopes. But I don't buy the diva bullshit. Cut their ass, man. Find another person. I'd rather just not deal with it. For example, Fields maxed the QB intelligence test at 130. Stroud scored 18. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, exactly. I want a guy that knows football. I don't give a shit about a guy knowing analytical fucking geometry. Excuse my French. J.R. Smith, Nate Wiggins locking his ass up. Yeah, ain't nobody locking GP up, Junior. Beer Malls, I hear y'all. You're right. He hasn't had a true. No, he hasn't. Pickens had 1,140 yards last year with no quarterback play. Absolutely, Robert. No doubt. That's a big stat. Kyle Allen will be the quarterback starter by the end of the season. That's from Jose Barcra. Not, if that's the case, the Steelers are going to be in the basement of the AFC North. Tom Ford, Deshaun Watson deserves the Cleveland Clowns. Absolutely, Tom. Beer Malls, that's pretty good yardage for George, especially because we are a run-heavy team. Yeah, it was good yardage. What kind of private shows like, hold on, let's remove this dude. See ya, asshole. Goodbye, Junior Smith. All right, TC, why is there always hater on a Steelers podcast? There always is, man. Abe's usually cool. I don't know why Abe was being a butthead. When Kitten Mittens got traded, that was his lover, and he just went off the rails. Abe went, he went south. What's up, Big Stretch? Absolutely. Yeah, TC, I wonder that all the time, too, why it's so hard to hit the like button. It ain't hard. It's free. Hit the shit out of it, man. It helps your creators. If you want to see your channels grow, your favorite channels grow, and become better and have more things for you, hit that like button, man. I know there is more than 16 regular viewers in here right now that watch and ask questions every day and that are in here. So make sure you smash that like button. Even if it's on your way out, I don't mind that. I just make sure you hit it at some point. But if you hit it during the show, it helps our show go into the YouTube algorithm. And I tell you this why, because it helps spread our channel. But we're in our YouTube Shorts view right now. And this is to promote our channel. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to switch up to a little different view. So it'll be more like the other live shows that you are accustomed to seeing on YouTube. The reason I use this, though, is to spread our message, to spread our community out there. And I really like this setup like this because I feel like we get exposed to a lot of new people. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new to us. Make sure you become a member of Mic Drop Mafia. Make sure you join us when we have our special guests. Next week's Noah Strackbine from All Steelers Talk. Also, I'll be joined by Sean tomorrow night. So, hey, there's always exciting things going on here at Mic Drop Sports, and especially the show Steel City Live. Welcome, guys, to a new Mic Drop Mafia member, Jesse Zirk. Welcome, Jesse. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family. And when I say that, I am serious because I feel like the Mafia is a tight group, man. Definitely a tight group. We're going to get some shirts. So when we go hit that Steeler game up, we can have that Mic Drop Mafia t-shirt on. Let's go. Hit that like button for Miss Pittsburgh. Best show in town, baby. Amen. I am confident. I feel like we do got a good show. I appreciate that, Miss Pittsburgh. Edwards is slow. That's from the Unmitigated Disaster. I don't know enough about him. I got to see him a little bit more. Fields has 3 years of NFL tape and stats. He isn't it. That is why he was cheap. He can't see the field right now, and I don't know if you teach that. Yes, Steeler talk. Nice. Yes, it is fun. What's up, Toby Craig, our resident Titans fan? Man, I know I say a lot about my team that might be more opinion than facts, but Titans are the best team in the South, and I believe they will make a name that will change the NFL forever. I don't know if they're that kind of a franchise right now. We'll see, Toby. I think you guys got a definitely good squad down there, and I'm not discounting you. I just don't think that they are going to be some innovative team to where, it's just going to be some crazy dynasty. I don't think you're at that point. I think it would be smart to start, though, a veteran in Mason Rudolph for the Tennessee Titans next year. I think that Mason Rudolph applies the right the right stuff for a team like Tennessee. You look at Calvin Ridley, you look at Tyler Boyd, they're going to need a veteran thrown into them because let's face the facts, guys. They're not some elite standout guys, that are just going to be world burners. That's not the case. They need a veteran quarterback that's able to anticipate, able to see, and have vision on that football field to be able to throw some people open. And that's going to be the big challenge for the Tennessee Titans next year with Will Levis. I think Will be good one day, but I just don't think he got it right now. Justin Weimer, I listen to Noah every day. He's great. It'll be an awesome show. Yeah, man. Come and join us next Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mahomes is using the Brady model to give more money to supporting players for rings. He makes up for it in endorsements. Yes, that's it, guys. You take pay cuts when it's necessary to build the roster around you. That's what you have to do. If you're a quality quarterback, you look at the way Tom Brady took pay cuts. Why? Because he knew that you had to have a team to win. And if you're not thinking team first, you're not a real leader. You're not. If you're only worried about your contract, your bullshit, your money, you're a self-centered dude. You're not a team player in the ultimate team sport. Robert, good thing I am retiring soon. Most of the time I will be on my own schedule. I missed 3 Steelers games live since 1988, and that was too damn many. Well, guys, let's all make sure when Robert hits his retirement, we'll give you a cool congratulations. Maybe you'll win one of the drawings. Tighten up Nashville. That's from Toby. All the emojis. Get your emojis like Miss Pittsburgh. Also, like our new member, Jesse Zirk, bringing that in. He now has access to all the emojis and all the cool little things that we do. Steelers freak. Bears fans call Justin Fields stupid, not true. He lacks vision, judgment, and confidence like Stroud has. Fields is extremely smart, but it doesn't transfer to balling out. No, he's a run-first guy, too. Beer Mall Strackbine does a great show. I like how he lived in NC like myself, then headed back home to Pittsburgh area. Stand-up guy. I've filtered through all the channels. AST, Mic Drop, and Jersey Jer. There you go, man. Thank you. I appreciate to be in that company. Spice Creations, the receiver's success depends on the QB throwing the ball. You will be throwing all of them off the team. I'd throw any divas off the team. What I say is, though, you're right. The quarterback throwing him the ball is a big thing. But if you're a receiver and you don't have the fight or the want or, have the ability to be a good team guy and bust your ass and really, really go after it and be aggressive on the football and, give 100% on every play and sell the fakes, sell the run blocks, be aggressive in the run game. If you're not a total team player in that aspect, if you're just coming out there going through the motions, I say get rid of your ass. I just don't have no use for people that are slugs, man. And if you're going to be a slug on a football team, you got to go, bro. You got to go. And it's just the way it is. But you're right. It does depend on the quarterback. And the quarterback got to deliver the football. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button as we're about 50 minutes into the show. Let's get those likes up, way up. And also hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed because that will help us. We're inching toward that 5,000 subscriber mark. So make sure you do that for us. My top Steelers news YouTube correspondents. There you go. Thank you, man. Terry Twigg. Wiggins skinny behind. Can't lock up Pickens. There you go. Williams has some sugar in the tank. I agree. Bust. You Tom with the emoji. Steelers freak. I hit the like first thing. 28 years in the Army taught me to follow instructions. There you go. No doubt. Well, thank you for your service, Steelers freak. I appreciate you, man. Beer Malls, Jesse Zirk, let's go. Yes, sir, absolutely. Danny George, turned my buddy on to the channel. He should be watching now. Well, thank you, Danny George. I appreciate that. Mic Drop is unbiased, hard to find. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Justin Weimer, the first thing I do is hit the button. Come on, you're watching because you enjoy it, so hit the button, please. Welcome, Jersey. Yes, thank you. Welcome, Jesse. Beer Mouse, here's a comedy shirt idea. I see Jason more than my mother. Mic Drop Sports. That's awesome. I like that, Beer Mouse. Thank you. I remember the Titans. It was a great movie. Dude, that was a good movie. I still watch it from time to time. Those I like Friday Night Lights. Remember the Titans. Those are some fun ass shows, man. Or movies. I love to watch those. You're gonna have me watching one tonight now, Robert. Beer Malls, yeah. They comparing us to the Titans now. No, we can't compare us to the Titans. The Titans don't win ball games, baby. We got to give props though to the Titans because they did help us out at the end of last season. But that was typical. I got to back into the playoff bullshit from Mike Tomlin. PFF draft grades: Bears 1, Steelers 2, Titans 3. For what it's worth, I just hate PFF. I do. Some of their stuff's okay, but yeah, I agree with that one. The draft grade one. I'll have to check Noah out. I don't know that I've ever watched him. Yeah, it's called All Steelers Talk. That's the channel. That type of team. Jose Arthur Smith may ask Steelers to acquire Ryan Tannehill as a transition quarterback. Nah, that ship has sailed, man. They're not going to bring him in. That ship has definitely sailed. Ryan Tannehill's not going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. At least not in 2024. Steelers freak. Brady's wife was making more bank than him at the time, too. That helped. Yeah, that does help. When your wife's worth $250 million herself, that tends to help a little bit. Beer Malls. Robert, congrats on retirement. I've got 24 years to go. I admire you, old heads. It's a battle out here to keep on pounding. Yes, Robert, absolutely, man. Oh, excuse me. Let me get a drink, guys. All right. I'm done with the coffee. Back to the liquid IV. Varsity Blues. That's another good one, Sean. I love that one. June 1st is my last day working. I saved for a lot of years. There you go, man. I'm happy for you. Retirement's cool. Stay working, though. Don't quit working. Find other things to work at. It may not be a job that you have to report to, but find something else to do and keep yourself busy, man. Robert Road, we did that one. Steve, so glad we did not sign Bud. Yeah, they missed out on Bud Dupree again, man. TC, AJ, how long till Tomlin is out of excuses and we go for a new head coach? I think you got what's going to happen here with Mike Tomlin, in my humble opinion, is that this is one of his last couple times around the sun here. Last couple trips around the sun as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, whether it be the Steelers nudging him out or Mike Tomlin himself maybe figuring out something, figuring it out that maybe he doesn't want to be there. But Mike Tomlin has just really wore out his welcome a little bit, in my opinion. I think with the brass, I think they're looking for a little bit more out of Mike Tomlin. And I think Mike Tomlin's a good coach, but I think you look at Mike Tomlin, he'll get an extension here this summer. I think it'll probably be a couple year extension as they usually do, but I definitely think it'll be before training camp. But I think Mike Tomlin's going to have to get a winner out there, and he's going to have to really figure this shit out. And if he doesn't real soon, I think there's going to be some major issues with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the brass and all that shit. Probably a couple years, though. One or two more trips around the sun. Beer Malls, that's awesome. Robert Rhodes, yep. Okay, he's talking to Robert. Yes, let's go Bears. No. Whipped cream bikini. There you go. Necessary roughness. That was a good one. Yeah. Tomlin sucks from Tom Ford. Tomlin isn't going anywhere. Well, I got to say this. The Steelers won't fire him. We know that. They're very loyal, but they will nudge him out. I mean, he hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. That's a bad statistic. He's never won a Super Bowl with a team that he has been a part of building solely. He hasn't. These are just the facts. Am I knocking Mike Tomlin? No, because I think he is a good coach. But the facts are the facts. The stats are the stats. Look at Mike Tomlin's playoff record. Is that something that you're proud of for your head coach? Look at his inability to get his team to be securely in the playoffs. That's not something to be proud of. Not having a non-losing season, is that something you want to hang your hat on? Is that something that gets you fired up? I don't know. But Mike is a good coach. I just think that what has happened here is that he has just been in the same spot maybe far too long. That's all. The players love him, and that's cool. Ride it out as long as you can. The man deserves at least the opportunity to succeed with a team that he has built here with Omar. We'll see how it goes. But I can definitely tell you, he ain't got another 5 years. I can tell you that now with certainty that he doesn't have another 5 years of mediocrity before the Pittsburgh Steelers nudge him out the door. Absolutely, wave those towels. I may do a YouTube Steeler channel or join some of these shows. I may reach out to you. Well, there you go, Robert. Reach out. I'll bring you on once. See how you do, brother. We'll get you. Reach out to me. Email me at MikeDropSports@yahoo.com. Make sure you guys do that too. If you need anything from me, always. The way to contact us is through direct message on X. You can go over and follow us at Mike Drop Sports there. Also, we have a Facebook page, Mike Drop Sports. Just look it up. It'll be our channel emblem. You'll see it's a new page. But you can email us at MikeDropSports@yahoo.com. That is the easiest way to get a hold of us here at the channel. If you have any questions or concerns or anything you need, make sure that you throw us an email and we'll definitely reply. Also, you can ask in the comments section. I'm very diligent in responding to you guys in the comments. I do miss some. I'm not perfect with it, but I do try really hard. So definitely do that. I know that's right. If you played a little high school ball, you know it. Hey, why do you think? Why do you think they've refused to let Darnell Washington be more involved in the pass game? I don't know if it was like refusing. I just think that the quarterback play sucks so bad that there was just limited opportunities. When you're going 3-and-out so very much, and it's a constant thing, it's just a lack of opportunity. And you look at the time of possession, the Steelers were getting beaten that. And it started to get better toward the end of the year. So, the opportunities became a little bit more. But I think it was just a lack of opportunity. He was a rookie, but I really hope they utilize him, the unmitigated disaster. I think that he deserves a real go here in 2024. And you look at Arthur Smith, and I think that is exactly what the doctor ordered for guys like Darnell Washington, Pat Freiermuth, Connor Hayward. Connor Hayward, I think, is going to have a really cool role this year. I just have a feeling that he's going to be utilized in some cool ways. Tomlin has inherited a good team and got his Super Bowl. Sad that his MO is not having a losing season. How much is that is up to the brass making good decisions? Yeah, you can't just sit there and rely on the mediocrity, man. Is it a cool record? I guess. I don't care about it. I'd trade in, all those for one Super Bowl. That's what that means. The only thing that means anything to me in the NFL and shows me success is rings, man. That's what the only measuring stick. That is the only one. We can sit here and talk stats. We can sit here and talk all the other bullshit. But the only statistic that matters, the only statistic that is a true measuring stick of how great you truly were is rings, man. It's Super Bowls. That's just what it boils down to. And Mike Tomlin did inherit a team. And that is the facts. And nobody can say that he didn't. I think they would have won another Super Bowl if Marquise Pouncey maybe would have been playing. I think that would have provided a little extra spark in that Green Bay game. I'm not going to blame it on the Mendenhall fumble. Blame some of it on Ben. But yeah, it is what it is. Steve Kozak, my family football movies are the Steelers Super Bowl highlight videos, all 6. Oh, there you go. And then you retracted it. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to read it. The team will draft another QB next year. Pressure will be on Khan and Tomlin both to find the franchise quarterback. Yeah, I don't know if it's next year. I think what it's going to depend on, Steelers Freak, is exactly what transpires this season with the two that they have and where they're going to try to figure out what they have to do down the road. That's going to tell the tale. You may be right. They may get one next year, but I feel like this. If you have Russell Wilson and he's succeeding and he comes back on a fairly decent deal and you're the Steelers and you have one of your top draft picks out there, I don't think you waste it on a quarterback. You may pick one later in the draft and have high hopes for somebody like that. You could go that route, but if you have somebody that's succeeding, you're going to want to put pieces that are more desperate at that time to go all in, is my opinion. It's just what I think maybe they would wait another year, something like that. I just think it all depends exactly on how this quarterback play plays out for 2024. I heard this stat today. Tomlin's last playoff win, the Steelers didn't even score a touchdown. No, that was against the Kansas City Chiefs, and that was all field goals. The biggest thing Tomlin has is keeping the Steelers above 500. That's from Tom, no doubt. Claude Bishop, what's up, Jason in chat fam? What's up, Claude? Welcome. Jose, Mike McCarthy will be available as Steelers head coach. No, thank you. We're good on that. I'd keep Mike Tomlin forever before I'd take Mike McCarthy. Colbert had so much clout and bad picks he made the last 10 years hurt as well. Tomlin has more to say now, which means it is truly on him. Yeah, he does have more to say. But guys, you look at these last two draft classes, they aren't Mike Tomlin's sole doing. They aren't Omar Khan's doing. They are Andy Weidl's doing. And we got to pay a little homage, a little respect to our boy Andy Weidl, because when he's gone and he's the general manager somewhere else, we're definitely going to feel the effects of that, because Andy Weidl is a true monster inside of that draft room. And we got to give him some applause, because Omar Khan and Mike, I give them credit too, but they are not responsible solely for the draft. It is not just the con artist. Andy Weidl plays a instrumental and big role inside of the draft. Tomlin inherited an 8-8 team. Yeah, a team that went 8-8 one year, but they had won a Super Bowl the year prior. You're right. But that was Mike Tomlin built team. You look at that roster that Mike Tomlin won a Super Bowl with, Super Bowl 43. You look at that roster, Claude, and you look at that and you break it down. That's all Cowher type players, That's all those players from that era, It wasn't a built up by Tomlin type team. And is that a knock on Tomlin? No, you got to inherit your team. It is what it is. I'm just saying it wasn't a team that he built, Jeff Hewitt, Cowher drafted his players, or did he have a GM doing that? I think it was a mix like Mike is doing right now, a mix with Omar, a mix with Andy. I think they all get their heads together, and I think they really rely on the scouting department. You have guys like Taylor in that scouting department, guys that really know how to watch ball players and really know what they're looking at. I agree. Jeff Hewitt, Cowher drafted, no. They're just saying dumb stuff. Guys, I get, we got to do this Mike Tomlin hoorah bullshit, but it is what it is, man. Is he a good coach? Yes. But he ain't the greatest of all time. He's just not. He's just not. It's simple. He hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. The last playoff game that they did win, they kicked all field goals. They played horrible. They did not plan for the life after Ben Roethlisberger. You look at just the recent history here, guys. Look at 2023. And look at what a poor coaching job that was whenever you watched your season get tossed down the tubes because you were too damn stubborn to pull Mitchell Trubisky and sit his ass down. I'm just saying. Those things. Look at all the challenges and things of that nature. And look at the way he's bad situationally at times. Those things can't be just swept under the rug and act like they don't exist because they're Mike Tomlin, because Mike Tomlin does it. We can't do that. We have to be real. We have to be honest with ourselves. And Mike Tomlin does have major deficiencies. He is not perfect. He's just not. Is he a good coach? Yes, he is a good coach. Do the players love Mike? Yes, they love him. Does he speak well? Is he rather intelligent? Yes, he is. But he has serious deficiencies. And one major one is quit being a micromanager. Quit trying to put your fingers into things and your hands into things that you don't need to. Allow your coaches to coach. Quit trying to micromanage everything. Just allow the defensive coordinator and Terrell Austin make his decisions. Allow Arthur Smith to make his decisions. Be comfortable in the people you've hired. Quit hiring people from within the organization. And they finally did that this season, to where they quit promoting people from inside the organization. They went outside the organization, got Coach Z, got Arthur Smith, several others, to be able to come in here and breathe some new life into your Pittsburgh Steelers from an outsider's point of view, because you have to have that fresh perspective sometimes. And maybe that's where Mike has fallen short, to where he hasn't been willing to bring these outside guys in and get a fresh look at things. Maybe that's the issue. But we got to be honest about Mike Tomlin. We can't just sit here and just lie and say because it's Mike Tomlin that he's some great great coach. He's good, but he ain't great. It's not, oh shit, can't live without him. It's definitely not that. Imagine Dak and Mike playing in black and gold or black and yellow in 2025. No way, Jose. Dak sucks. What was the record of the team? The record of what team, Spice? Yeah, he inherited an 8-8 team that went 1 year 8-8, and that was coming off a Super Bowl. Most teams that win a Super Bowl 9 times out of 10, 19 times out of 20 come off a Super Bowl win, considering the length of how long it takes to win a Super Bowl and the amount of energy it takes. They usually have a flop year the year after. So 8-8's probably like a respectable thing, but usually that's what happens. They have like a dead time, where they just are wore out, whooped. It's very, very rare if you looked back through Super Bowls of repeat winners, things of that nature. It's a very difficult thing. So that's exactly what happened. That's the only thing that matters. Wave that towel. 6 different starters on Tomlin's Super Bowl team. So only 6? Yeah, that's not many. Considering Cowher won 40, Tomlin won Super Bowl 43. So 3-year difference. You had 6 different starters total on Tomlin's as opposed to Cowher's. Yeah, not much difference. They don't look at any of that. They act like Cowher was winning a bunch of Super Bowls. No, but he didn't have to back into the playoffs. He didn't win a bunch of Super Bowls. He appeared in 2. What has Mike done? He's appeared in 2. And he's had way more chances. He's been there longer. People aren't knocking Mike, and I feel like there's some sort of ulterior motive to this Mike Tomlin bullshit, like that we got to prop him up on a pedestal, and that's not what we need to do. Mike Tomlin is a good coach, but we can't just sit here and pat him on the back for mediocrity. We're not doing that for anybody else. I'm not anyway. If it is any other coach and they are mediocre, I'm not going to sit here and prop him up on a pedestal. We got to get off the Mike Tomlin train. I like him. Hey, as long as he's here, he's my coach. I'm gonna support him, but it is what it is. RJJ, if we'd had any other quarterbacks besides O'Donnell versus the Cowboys, we'd have won. Yeah, he sucked that game. Green Bay had the most players on IR of any Super Bowl winning team when they beat us. Respect. Man, that's crazy. I didn't know that stat. 60 watching, 16 likes. We know the real ones. We do know the real ones. Tomlin not playing. You also call great quarterback. Could T score? I'm not sure what that was. Hold on, guys. Beer malls. Honestly, Tomlin would be a good college football coach, to help players succeed in football and life. This is the NFL, though. Tomlin got a good heart, but man, a few more years without a playoff win. He does got a good heart. He's very, very good with people. He could do many things in this world, but he's not the greatest NFL football coach that ever walked the planet. It's not just Andy. They all have a say. Andy plays a major role, and if you listen, no, nobody says Spice. Andy isn't solely responsible either. No, but he plays way more of a role than I think you realize. Because here's the thing. Andy Weidel, this is from Omar Khan's admission, not Jason at Mike Drop Sports' omission. Oh, I'm telling you this. This isn't for me. This is out of Omar Khan's mouth. Andy Weidel is in charge of the draft. The draft is Andy Weidel's baby. There you go. That isn't Jason making that up. That's Omar Khan. So we can't argue that. It is Andy's baby. It is Andy's duty to do the draft. Andy Weidel is better than you want to give him credit for. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Steelers freak. All 31 teams will continue to struggle against KC. They have a stud GM, head coach, offensive coordinator with a big brain, top DC, and the best quarterback in the league. Tough to compete against that. Yeah, and the coaching is absolutely phenomenal. You look at Andy Reid. He's a real monster coach, dude. He's a beast, man. He's had his struggles over the years. He really struggled some at times in Philadelphia, but when he got to Kansas City, he just really, you got Patrick Mahomes on board. It's a real luxury to have a guy like that on your roster. I wanted Mike Vrabel as our coach. That was from Tom Ford. I didn't want a guy, though, that just got fired. And I see what your point is about Mike Vrabel. I just don't want guys that just got fired from somewhere else to come be your head coach. I'm not into that. That way of hiring. I'd rather give somebody else a chance. That's just my opinion. I'd rather that coach get like a year to decompress a little bit. And then if you want to revisit it like a year later or something, that'd be cool. Later, Sean. How many Super Bowls did Cowher win with that team? One. How many Super Bowls does Mike Tomlin won, Spice? You can't give stats if they're the same for Mike Tomlin. You can't use that as your argument. You know what I mean? Cowher had deficiencies too. Nobody's sitting here saying that he didn't. Why didn't Cowher win more of those teams he so-called built? He made it to the AFC Championship game. Look at his playoff record and look at Mike Tomlin's playoff record. Well, let's see. Let's look this up because now you're getting on my nerves with it. And I got to call you out. Hold on. Let's look it up, guys. Got to type it in. Sorry, I'm using one hand because I have the mic here. So, Cowher boasted a regular season record of 149-90-1. That's a .623 winning percentage, and a postseason record of 12-9, a .571. Overall record of 160-199-1. Now let's look at Mike Tomlin's playoff record. Spice. And I know why I get it, but come on now. Mike Tomlin's playoff record, career playoff record, 8-10. 8-10. Just saying. 173-102. There you go. That's his record. So it is what it is, man. He's 8-10 in the playoffs. I think Muth, if he stays healthy, gets close to 800-900 yards in Arthur's. I hope so. Pittsburgh Reels, what's up? Tommy Parker, the last season with Cowher, had a busted up Ben leading the team after his motorcycle wreck. That team was still legit. Jason is right, exactly. Amen. They did not plan for life after Ben, no doubt. Horrible situationally. Cornerback, the scary thing is KC upgraded their O. Yeah. Tomlin may not be terrible as a DC, but a head coach, he ain't. Tom Ford, besides Tomlin having non-losing seasons, why is he good? Cowher had serious deficiencies too, or he would have won more. What does Mike Tomlin do bad? What makes him so good, Spice? Quit just throwing this bullshit out here like you're saying, oh, because he's Cowher. Tell us the real reason that you're saying all of this. Like, let's hear it. Let me hear why you think Mike Tomlin is superior to all these other coaches. Give us the real reason of why you think that, and then I'll believe your argument or I'll counter it. One Tomlin issue that he was a DB coach, and that position has struggled since the Killer Bee era. Yeah, it's been bad. And they've not been good in the secondary. We'll see, though, this year. I have some high hopes. I think they could be better. What's the masses? The masses of blind people that don't look at things in a non-swayed way, or, they look at things in a subjective way, those types of people that actually look at things in a broad picture and not try to be blinded by bullshit. Just saying. What coach would have done better these last 3 years? I don't know. I don't know, and nobody will know that answer because we didn't have that chance. And again, am I saying Mike Tomlin is a bad coach? No, but give me a reason why he is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Let me hear that. 6.663 winning percentage in 17 regular season. That's 173 wins. Spice Creation. So act like that 8-8 team was great that he inherited. What is your reason, Spice? Let me go down, guys. I'm bypassing the chat here to go down and try to find anything. Can you give me a reason that you think he is so much better than everybody? Spice, please give me a reason because you're not sounding very intelligent with what you're talking about. And I'm not trying to knock you, but you got to come. You're coming and attacking, and you're trying to say all this bullshit about how great Mike Tomlin is, but you give no statistics. You give no argument on why he is better than everybody that we're talking about. Why that he is the greatest coach on the planet. You're not giving any information or any background on why we should believe that. You can't come and create arguments if you don't want to support your argument. And I'm willing to hear it all because we want to hear it all. But you got to give me something other than just bullshit. Jeff, any coach that would have sat Kenny and Trubisky for that quarterback, no doubt. He would have won more if he kept on coaching. Spice. He stepped down for personal matters. Yeah, his wife had cancer and died. I mean, is that something that we should overlook? The lady was sick. She was sick at that time. He stepped away. Damn, give the man a little love, Beer malls. Yeah, exactly. Like Tomlin promote within. Tomlin, I've had supervisor years of experience, but I don't go there because I'm like a Tomlin. I can't make those hard decisions. At least I know that. Me too. The Patriots are the reason why the Steelers have won. Well, yeah, the Patriots are, Claude. Yeah, with their cheating bullshit. Let me delete this guy forever. Goodbye, David Martinez. I am LOL. Great coach, exactly, but we can't crown him. No, we can't. David, knock it off. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. My girl gets you. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Yes, when you're in charge, you got to take it all. And that's another thing that some Steelers fans, some Mike Tomlin apologists do. You're not allowed to bash Mike Tomlin for some weird reason. I don't know what the reason is because Spice is yet to even tell us what the reason is that she thinks that he's great. But here's the thing. You're not allowed to. The minute you say anything about him, it's like, oh shit. Well, no, that's not how it goes. When you're in charge and you're the head guy, Omar Khan, Mike Tomlin, Art Rooney, when you're in positions of power, you take the good and the bad. You get the brunt of the bullshit. Sorry, that's how it goes. Just because your name's Mike Tomlin doesn't mean that you're excluded from it. Players talk Mike Tomlin up for talking like one of the boys. That's lame. We'll always be average with Tomlin. Another 9-8 season. Here we come. Claude Bishop, has any of our quarterbacks played playoff winning football? Yeah. You got Russell Wilson, Super Bowl champion. Played in 2 Super Bowls. The Steelers Nation lost it when Nolan Cowher left because the same question came up about who can be the next head coach. There is always somebody else. Yeah, you look around, you find a guy, you give a guy a chance. Mike's been here for a long time. The Steelers have been very loyal to him. I know, Miss Pittsburgh. It's crazy. They are who we thought they were. Let them off the hook. If Mike can't win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, find somebody else. I'm done wasting time. 500 just isn't enough for me anymore. Never was. No doubt. Later, D. People prefer Tomlin-type mediocrity to Cleveland Brown, typical biblical droughts. I'm not. That's a loser's mindset in my eyes, guys. I'm looking for a winner. And winners win Super Bowls. I don't give a shit about mediocrity. I don't want to see it. It's just not my thing. Oh my goodness, guys. We've been going for 78 minutes. What a fun show. Spice Creations. If you're still out there, give me some stuff. Dude, stop being emotional. You sound like a clown. I wasn't even in here anymore. Hey, Spice, goodbye. See ya, Spice. I put her in timeout. She can't give no valid arguments. She just says dumb stuff. She's a Mike Tomlin apologist. She doesn't want to see anything hear anything that's being real. Doesn't want to have real conversation. If you don't want to have real conversation, don't even put your shit in there. Our society makes it difficult to critique black coaches. It should be about the performance, not pigment. Well, here at Mike Drop Sports, I'll say this. We don't care about any of that shit. That shit doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is your performance. What matters to me is your character. That's what matters to me. I could care less about anything else. The odds of finding a better coach are slim. Players just like to play for him, and that's the most important thing, in my opinion. Cap 10. Oh, I know who you are. Dude, no, that isn't the only thing that matters. And if you're just scared to move on from Tomlin, it was the same thing like Beermall, our Steeler Freak, said. Whenever Cowher left, man, everybody's like, who the hell are we going to get to replace Bill? Bill is a winner. Chuck Noll left. Who are we going to get to replace Chuck Noll, man? He's a winner. But you find somebody and you go with it. And the Steelers have been good. They've had 3 head coaches in 60 plus years. It just is what it is, you know? All right, guys, I got to wrap this up. What a great show, though. You guys are awesome. I appreciate being able to talk about anything with you guys. That's the real key here. That's why our community is so cool. Make sure you're hitting that like button for us. We have 72 viewers on, at least that I can see right now, and 22 likes. That's a weird statistic. So let's make sure we're hitting that like button as we move through the show. I'll go a couple more minutes, but like I said, I'm going to start wrapping it up. Make sure you join us next Wednesday for our live show. We will have Noah Strackbine on from All Steelers Talk at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where he will join us here on Steel City Live to talk Pittsburgh Steelers, talk NFL football, and we'll have a great time doing that. Tomorrow night, I'll be joined by Sean, and we'll have a great show. So, sorry, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. We've been going for 81 minutes, and usually our show's only 60 minutes. So what a fun show. What a great show. We touched some subjects that are touchy, and I understand that, and they're touchy for me to talk about too. But thank you, Cap. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. But I do appreciate you guys, though, being comfortable enough to talk about all of it. And we had Spice Creations. I appreciate her subscription. I appreciate her being here, but when you can't give any type of background information on what your argument is, it becomes annoying. You got to be able to come with a little bit of your argument and explain to me why you're doing that, because it just irritates me whenever you're not giving any type of background, you know? So come armed, man. Have the conversation. It's okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Take it easy. I'll try to get on Wednesday. Well, thank you, Tom. Tomorrow night we'll be on at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow night, guys, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be joined by Sean tomorrow. So we'll check you all out then. I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Peace.